R301 here, accurate and easy to control. Yo, what up? So today we're gonna be talking about the R301, uh, and why it's so good. And I think this is literally the most balanced weapon in the game, to be honest, because of just the way it is. I don't know. I love the R301. It's always a hard choice to, like if I see a 301 and I have an R9, it's like always a hard choice. Like, should I drop it or should I keep it? I don't know. It's always hard for me to pick, so I'm gonna tell y'all how I use the R301 when I have it and what I think you should do and not do with it. So we're gonna start out first with when you should hip fire and when you should not. To be honest, the R301 it's a pretty good weapon at hip firing, so you could hip fire it at mid range if you wanted to, but you will be risking your accuracy. So just hip fire if you know the enemy is super low. And yeah, for example, you can also hip fire. So in a scenario, if you're on top of someone and someone is below you, you shall hip fire because it's very good. It's very accurate. You'll catch them off guard. You'll probably hit headshots. You'll delete the fuck out of them. Or if someone's literally like sliding on you, then hip firing is really good. So let's say they slide like over here, then I could just do that. Like you see, look how accurate the shots are. See how accurate the shots are? And I really suggest you have the hit marker thing on, because if you don't, then it might be a little harder to hit the shots, but you can still hit them. But yeah, really recommend you hip fire like that, and that's really when I think you should hip fire. And when you shouldn't is like like over here. Like I don't think you should be hip firing unless you like want to like do that, but like it's very hard to like hit your shots. So that's when I think you should not be hip firing. So now we're gonna be talking about the hop up this gun has, which is the sorry if you hear background noise. It's probably my sister or my brother. Yeah, it's the anvil receiver. So I think the sights you should use is the 3x and the 2x. Don't really recommend using a 1x because what's the point of having them when you literally have something that can long range and you can just switch to close range. So yeah, that's really all I have for the sights for anvil receiver. So now we're gonna be talking about like how to use it and how to like not fuck yourself over when you're using it. So to be honest, let's say you're far away, right? It's not really super good from like super long range because oh, because like they're gonna be shooting back at you. They're probably gonna have a G7, so it's more better like long range, but not like super long range. And when you do it, try to like be like behind cover. So for example, for ranked, this hop up is really good because everybody's like long range fighting and stuff. They have G7s and shit, so you'll have an R301 that can close range and far range. So yeah, and if you're gonna be in ranked, I recommend you use it 3x. It's not just good for medium to close, I mean medium to long, but it's also good for the hop up. It doesn't really fuck you over like the G7. You know how the G7 like, oh my god, what I do that? You know how the G7 like goes up and it like messes you up, the muzzle flash and shit. Yeah, the R301 won't have that, so yeah, having the 3x on this, you can literally treat it like a G7, but it will have literally zero recoil. So yeah. Now we're gonna be talking about you know close to long range. If you're really just gonna play pubs with the R301, recommend you put the red dot or the 2x. And for the R301, it's really not that hard to hit your shots up close. You can just pretend like it's an R9 or something. And if you use the 1x, it might be it's gonna be a little easier for you to control the recoil, in my opinion. And then the bigger the sight is, I mean the more zoomed in the sight is, the more recoil you'll actually have. So So the 3x will have more recoil, but if you have a good barrel on the R301, it shouldn't really be a problem. Like there was this time where I lasered someone from like 90 meters of the site, and I had literally no barrel stabilizer. So it's not really that hard. You just have to like, you know, learn the pattern. And the pattern for this, it's literally like an L. So you start down and then you move more to the is that the yeah, to the right. You move more towards the right, and then it should just become easier and easier the more you train. The more it'll be easier to hit your shots with. So yeah, that's really all I have. Also, a technique you can use is move to one side and then like pull towards the opposite side, which will you know, very efficiently help your aim or stop the recoil. Like you see, I strafe one side and I pull towards the other side, and then if you have a good ass barrel, you'll literally beam them with the 3x. So that's why the 3x is very good on the R301. It's also very good on the Spitfire because that gun literally has no recoil now, and it hits for so much. And that's really all I have for what I do to get good with the R301, and shit I think you should do to warm up with the R301 are these, which is you're gonna grab an R301, you're gonna grab a red dot, and you're just gonna like shoot these targets right here, like constantly hit your shot, you know, move to it, get up on a rock like this one right here, and then like just stand here, put your gun on single fire, and just like this will also help you with hitting your first shots when you first aim down your sight. You know, the reaction time, like I really don't have a good ass reaction because I really don't train with the R3 when I use more of the R9. But yeah, if I did this every day, like my first shots would always hit. And since you'll know the recoil pattern, it will be you know, you'll have like way better reaction time. Your aim will be right on his head or like on his body, wherever you prefer aiming or more comfortable aiming at. And this gun really doesn't have a bad bullet drop, so you know I could be right on it and there it hits. I think the gun has more bullet drop when you shoot it with the anvil receiver. So yeah, I really recommend running R301 R9 with this. R301, you know, a wingman, R301 vol, or maybe even an R301 in triple take will be very good too. And R301 Mastiff. I don't really know if they nerfed Mastiff, but it doesn't seem like a nerf to me. It seems like it still can 2-shot you or 3-shot you. And I be getting fucking 110 in the head sometimes for some reason. I don't know. I don't really think they nerfed it, but yeah, R301 and Mastiff is very good too, especially for ranked. And yeah, that's what I do to you know, yo, my bad, my fucking controller died. Alright, so what I was talking about is I forgot. Fuck. Okay, so for the recoil, like I told you, it's really an L, so you're gonna like go down and then like pull more towards this side. So like that, you're gonna pull more towards that side, but when the mag like is starting to like empty out, and you'll see like it just beams, like towards like the end of the mag, you'll better like, you know, yeah. And then also for um not when you're running, when you're sliding, it also, you know, is very effective to like, you know, like what I said, pull towards the opposite side, you know, slide towards the other side, you know, add up punches when you're up close and shit. That will really help you. So that's really all my R301 guide is. You know, I try my best to make it simple and effective for y'all. So if you haven't, you know, subscribe and shit, you probably got the notification from your mom, you know. And yeah, I also have a Discord server which I will leave in the description down below. If you want to join, you are free to join. And when you join, click the check mark in the beginning to verify yourself, you know, so you're not a bot. And so I know you're not a bot and shit, or like spams and shit. People like spamming and shit. Yeah. Other than that, peace, and you can also become a member. You can become a member and you'll get like exclusive wallpapers and shit, like cool stuff I'll make in the future when I get, you know, more members and shit. You get like emojis when I'm live streaming and shit. like the get laid emoji. Or yeah, that's really all. Yeah, other than that, see ya, and I guess see you in the next vid.